Top of the second here. For Alejandro Islas at the plate. 2 runners on. They're going to be on second and third. And Islas is going to foul that one off. Here's the count. That's going to be another strikeout on the board recorded there for Malachi Lott, as we are now live here. We had a couple of technical difficulties. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Wi-Fi wasn't able to connect, but we got saved by the ticket booth here from Gregory-Portland Wildcats. So a huge shout out to them for helping us out here and get the game to you live. As the next batter up is going to be the DH, number 54, Victor Sanchez, already 0 for 1 at the plate. Trying to make that a positive or an even count here for him, as he's going to start off 0-1. No balls, 2 strikes, with the runners on second and third. And another timeout called there by Janik. He's going to walk to the mound now. One count here for Victor Sanchez. Currently 0-1 at the plate. With the runners on second and third, not wanting to be the third out here, as he hits one off to the third baseman, out to first. And that's going to be out number 3 for the Rattlers, and that's going to do it here for the top of the second. We're going to be right back with the bottom of the third. Wildcats going to be back at the plate, hoping to extend their lead as they're already up 1-0 here in the second inning.
Collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown. Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North San.
And welcome back here to Real Sports Live. Bottom of the third is where we're currently at here at Wildcat Park. Up first at the plate here for Gregory-Portland is going to be number 10, A.J. Carter. Carter's first at bat. He was able to step onto the plate yesterday late into the game, and he went 0 for 1. He got struck out. So he has a chance here to know what's to get on bases and help his team out. He's going to start off with a foul ball and a strike to make it 1-2. 1-2 count now for A.J. Carter. As Carlos Garcia is currently 3 strikeouts on the night here in the third. As Carter sails one out to right field, and it's going to be caught with a diving catch. And that's going to be out number 1 here for the Wildcats. As Carter's going to walk his way back to the dugout. It's going to reset the lineup as the catcher, number 4, Walker Janik, is going to come up next to the plate. Janik now stepping up to the plate with his second at-bat. He got walked the first time around after a 3-2 count. Garcia wasn't able to connect on that last one to send him back to the dugout. As Walker Janik is going to get walked again here, back-to-back walks. They know he's dangerous. And he gets hit on the shoulder, and that's going to put runners on first base here for the Wildcats. Now up next, the man on the mound, stepping up to the plate is going to be Malachi Lott, number 8. Had to ground out his first at-bat currently. As Garcia's looking over to first base, not able to get the man out. And he focuses attention back here to Lott. Garcia going back to first base. That's something Quique Cienfuegos did last night a lot. He would check about 2 or 3 times over to first base every now and then when a runner was on. And he'll focus his attention back here to the plate. There goes the third time the charm, and he's safe. Not able to get out number 3. And not able to get out number 2. And the runner out as he slid. That was Jorge Alcala walking to the mound in frustration, wanting to get that out, but he did not get it, and the Sharyland fans did not like the call. As Lott gets the first pitch thrown his way, that's going to be way high and off the mark for ball number 1. Wasn't able to hit that with a 10-foot pole. So we're going to await the second pitch towards Lott. Lott still working with a runner on first, just 1 ball. Now a 2-0 count. Off the mark once again. Only 1 out. That was A.J. Carter who had to fly out to right field. As Garcia throws ball number 3, 3 balls in a row thrown 2 Lott's way. And strike number 1 enters the scoreboard for a 3-1 count now. That's what Malachi Lott's going to be working with. Right here in game number 2. Game number 1 was taken by the Wildcats in a 3-2 nail-biter finish. Sharyland now goes on the road looking for revenge. We'll see if they can do it here on this. Do it here tonight. As we have a 3-1 count for Malachi Lott. And out of the zone once again, and Janik is going to steal second as he did his first at-bat. And that's going to put runners on first and second here for the Wildcats. As Lott gets walked. Back-to-back walks here for Garcia. Not the way he would want it to be written, but now the Coach Binkerton is going to call a timeout here for his Rattlers, and we're going to take one as well here on Real Sports Live up next after the break.
It's filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for a fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
One quick commercial break, and we're back here now. As the next batter up is going to be Robbie Spencer. Number 5, actually, Easton Dow, the third baseman, is going to be at the plate. And it is Robbie Spencer that's going to be there. Umpire's blocking my view of the batter. Spencer got struck out the last time he was at the plate. He's 0 for 1 right now. When he gets strike number 1 thrown his way. And Gregory-Portland fans did not like the results of that one. And just a bit of a mistake there by the catcher. Able to recover, not let Janik steal another base. As Janik took the tour, he got to first on a walk, then stole second, stole third. And then was brought in after he got tagged up. And now Easton Dow sends one towards center field. Everyone's trying to scramble back to their bases. They're going to stay safe, and that's going to be another fly out by number 5, Easton Dow. He's 0 for 2 at the plate now. And now Robbie Spencer's going to hit up the plate up next. After he was on deck, he's DHing tonight. He pitched last night versus the Rattlers, had 5 strikeouts. He can do that on the mound. Let's see if he can transition here as he got struck out the last time. Doesn't want the same result for him and for his teammates. He still's got runner on first and second. And working with 2 outs. Check swing. They're going to second it over to first base, and he's going to be ball number 1. Catcher checking over to the first base umpire, making sure it wasn't a strike. And now ball number 2 enters the scoreboard for a 2-0 count. Coach Jonesy emphasized rest and preparation. He told me before the game that was something he would make sure his kids get a lot of after a long bus ride home last night. The game finished about 9:30, and a 3-hour bus ride back home. They probably didn't get back in till about midnight. And a turnaround here, luckily for a 7 p.m. game, it wasn't any earlier. And Spencer's gonna swing and miss at that one for a 2-1 count now. Sharyland fans excited as Garcia's trying to get back on the count. Fell behind 2-0. It's 2-1 now. And Garcia looking over to second, wanting to get the out there. Not going to throw the baseball, going to think twice about it. He also told me that they were in the same situation last week versus Mission Vets. They had the same trip. It was still in Mission. A swing and a miss once again. A 2-2 even count now. So they traveled last week from Mission Vets, so they know what to expect. That last week it was a 2 o'clock game. Now they're playing a 7 o'clock game the following day. So just a couple more hours of preparation does a lot for kids. He also told me that a quick start was something that they would want to jump onto once again, as they did that yesterday. And now Carlos Garcia gets strikeout number 4 and out number 3, and that does it here for the 3rd inning. Sharyland and Gregory-Portland ends inning number 3, and the Wildcats are still up 1-0. Nothing has changed since the first. We'll be right back with inning number 4 after the break here on Real Sports Live.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Real Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Sharyland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sharyland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We're back here at top of the 4th is where we're at here in Wildcat Park in Portland, Texas. Wind is still probably playing a factor in this game as the flags are blowing big time to the west. Coming in from the sea, it's right there, right next to us, a couple miles away. As strike number 1 gets thrown to number 2 for the Rattlers, Jose Garcia. As he's going to lead off the 4th inning here for the Rattlers. And then strike number 2, back-to-back strikes here from Malachi Lott is going to put Garcia in an 0-2 count. Shaking his head, not liking the pitches that Janik is giving him. And Garcia's going to sail one right over our heads, over the press box for a foul ball. It's not going to matter. Already 2 strikes recorded on the board. It's going to keep him at 0-2. And that's another strikeout recorded there for Malachi Lott. That's out number 1 of the 4th. And another strikeout recorded for Lott. And strike number 1 comes once again. 3 strikes in a row as he starts off with an 0-2 count. It's number 21, the catcher, Diego Zuni, guys. He sells one out to the shortstop. That's going to be fielded with ease for out number 2. As the Rattlers haven't been able to get anything off here. Now the first baseman, Jorge Alcala, is at the plate. Currently 1-0 right now. He had a base hit his last at bat. Now coming up once again with no runners on and 2 outs. That's going to bounce off of the catcher's glove for ball number 2. Count here for Alcala, and strike number 1 gets thrown his way for a 2-1 count now. Malachi Lott behind the count, now wanting to even it up if he can get strike number 2 on this next pitch. A swing and a miss gives him strike number 2, and now we're all tied up on the count. 2-2, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. No runners on here for the Rattlers, and Jorge Alcala steps back into the batter's box awaiting the next pitch from Malachi Lott. A swing and a miss, and that's going to do it for another strikeout and out number 3, and that's going to retire the side. All in order here for Mr. Lott as he sends the Rattlers back to the dugout. And the Gregory-Portland Wildcats are going to be up next at the plate with the bottom of the 4th here after the commercial break on Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Hi, my name is Angela Rodriguez, and I am one of the owners here at Main Street Boutique and Bistro. We heard about the rent subsidy grant, so we contacted Rebecca Castillo with the EDC, and she was very helpful. She told us, what we needed to do, the requirements, and helped us go through the application process.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
And here we are, bottom of the 4th now. Just lead off the 4th inning for the Wildcats. It's going to be number 1, Gage Glenning, the second baseman for Gregory-Portland. As he gets one off, it's going to be a foul ball. He's going to start off with a 1-1 count after 2 pitches. as he gets one off going towards right field, and that's going to be an error by the right fielder, and they're going to run toward it. Glenning rounding first, going to second, and a double there is going to put the Wildcats and Glenning with a 2-base hit. That puts a runner on second there for Gregory-Portland. Kobe Orell up next as Glenning put him in good spirits with runners on, and Orell now goes all the way to first, and he's going to be safe at first, and Glenning's going to move over to third. That puts runners on the corners here for the Wildcats as number 21, Brendan Talamante, enters the batter's box.
Next up is your center fielder, number 21, Talamante.
Colby Orell now it's 2 for 2 at the plate with base hits. His first 2 at-bats and his only 2 at-bats. And now Braden Talamantes with an opportunity here to extend the lead for his Wildcats, has a runner on the corner. And now Talamantes sails one up, not able to get to first in time, but it's going to move runners over a base to put runners on second and third here for the Wildcats as they get out number 1 here in the 4th. Talamantes now 0 for 2. That brings up Andrew Villas, who got struck out his last at bat.
Next up is number 3, Andrew Rice.
That is turning off, both of them. All of it's turning off. The power cord.
More camera technical difficulties what we're dealing with. We're going to get those squared away quickly as Villas gets strike number 1 thrown his way. He's going to start off with an 0-1 count.
Lost power?
Camera's back on. Looks like the stadium we're at is kind of losing power just a bit. Scoreboard went out, the press box went out, and we're hooked up there as well. So if the camera shuts off once again, a heads up, you know what's going on. I'll just give it to you all the way it is. An 0-1 count right now, 1 out for Andrew Villas as he gets a foul ball straight toward the fence for strike number 2. Garcia with an opportunity to get another strikeout next to his name on the stat sheet as Villas sends one up and over the dugout for the Rattlers for another foul ball. It's going to remain an 0-2 count nonetheless. And that's it. Another strikeout enters the stat sheet, and that's number 5 for the pitcher Looks like there was a pitching change here for the Rattlers. It's number 7, Jesus Alcaron,
AJ Carter.
who has 2 strikeouts to his name. That brings up AJ Carter, number 10, the left fielder, as Villas gets struck out once again, 0 for 2 at the plate. AJ Carter had a fly out towards right field, and an error to the third baseman is going to bring a runner in. That's number 1, Gage Glenning, entering and coming home to put the Wildcats up 2-0 now here in the bottom of the 4th. And all the way an error from the catcher to the third baseman. And AJ Carter steps back into the batter's box with just a lone runner on third base. Another opportunity at an RBI here. See if he can make the most of it. As that falls into the dirt, bouncing off for ball number 1. He's going to start off with a 1-0 count. Alcaron on the mound for the Rattlers. That's a laser right into the catcher's glove for strike number 1 to make it a 1-1 count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 outs, matter of fact. And a runner on third. As Alcaron throws strike number 2. Gregory-Portland doesn't like it. A 1-2 count now for AJ Carter. As Carter hits one off, going towards left and center, crossing pass, and that's going to be it for the 4th inning. As they get another out down from the center fieldman, the Sharyland Rattlers are going to try and look to make a comeback as they're down 2-0. We'll see if anything changes here in the 5th inning after this commercial break here on Real Sports Live.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Hi, I'm Rollo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
Now back here in the 5th inning, the top of the 5th is where we're at here in Wildcat Park. The third baseman, number 11, Cole Gerlach, is at the plate to lead off for the Sharyland Rattlers in the 5th. As he gets strike number 1 thrown his way, he's going to start off with an 0-1 count. And Malachi Lott's going to throw back-to-back strikes towards Gerlach to put him 0-2 as he's hopeful for another strikeout here to go next to his name on the stat sheet. As that bounces off the dirt for ball number 1. 3 strikeouts next to Lott's name, an opportunity to make it 4 here in the coming pitches. As Gerlach's gonna sail one up and over the fence right behind us for a foul ball. Not gonna matter, already 2 strikes on the board with a 1-2 count. And that was not a strike, and the Gregory-Portland fans are not liking that one bit. I'm just gonna keep them with a 2-2 count. Away the next pitch. And now a full count here for Cole Gerlach, number 11. As Malachi Lott's gonna walk him to first base. That's put the runners on here for the Rattlers once again. Coach Brinkerton told me that the key for them in tonight's game is to get runners on bases. No matter how they get it done, they need them on bases. And they got one on right there after Lott walked Gerlach. That brings up number 1, Horacio Garza now. As he had to ground out his last at-bat, 0 for 1 currently. And strike number 1 thrown his way to start it off. Coach Jonesy was in good spirits today. In the pregame interview, I had a talk with him. He told me he was okay with the defense behind Malachi Lott. And it's been showing lately as they get a runner out at first. That's going to be out number 1 recorded here for the Rattlers. That brings on number 7 up next, Jesus Alarcón. Alarcón. As he gets ball number 1 thrown his way. Starting off with a 1-0 count. And strike number 1 to even it at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on first. Runner on second, as a matter of fact. He's going to get ball number 2 thrown his way for a 2-2 count now, I believe. For Jesus Alarcón. Alarcón swinging and missing and racing to first. It's going to be out number 2. Now the lineup's going to reset for number 5, the center fielder Saul Soto. Got walked his last at bat and struck out his first at bat. Now all that's left is to hit one out the park for him. We'll see if he can do that here to tie the ball game as he has a runner on second and 2 outs. We get ball number 1 thrown towards Soto. Lott evens it at 1-1, throwing a ball, then a strike to put Saul Soto in a 1-1 count. Here with 2 outs already and a runner on second. Swing and a miss. Strike number 2 recorded here for Soto. swing and a miss, strike number 3 and out number 3. And I believe that is strikeout number 4 for Malachi Lott. As the Wildcats go back to the dugout, Rattlers are going to be on defense next here after the break on Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
We're back here, bottom of the 5th. The Wildcats leading it off is going to be Walker Janik, the catcher. And the lineup is going to reset as well. This time it's going to be for the 3rd time tonight. As the wind's starting to kick in here just a bit. The flag's blowing. The little streamers are going, hitting my face as well. And it's going to be a 1-0 count here for Janik. Allard going, throwing strike number 1 to make it a 1-1 count. Gregory-Portland up 2-0. As the pitcher switched about 2 innings ago here for Sharyland. And that's going to be grazing the helmet of Janik, but the umpire is not going to call it a walk, so it's going to be ball number 2. And now catcher and pitcher exchanging a couple words between the mound and the plate. For a 2-1 count. And Janik's going to sail one over our heads for a foul ball to make it strike number 2 and even the count himself at 2-2. Last time Janik was at the plate, the last 2 times he got walked. Almost got hit in the side of the head. So he got walked again right in the helmet. And we'll see if anything positive comes out of this at bat here. A swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike number 3 and out number 1. And that's going to be another strikeout for Alarcon. Number 3 on the night for him. As he sends Janik back to the dugout and bring on the next man up, the pitcher, the man on the mound tonight for the Wildcats, number 8, Malachi Lott. He as well got walked his last at bat, currently with 4 strikeouts on the night. As Lott's gonna fly one way out of the park towards the left side. He's fouling that one out for strike number 1, and 1 out currently on the board for the Wildcats. Gregory-Portland coming into the game with a 31-2-1 overall record in the season, finishing first in district, getting a trophy in their case as they look to add 1 more tonight with the win here over the Rattlers, currently leading 2-0. Only 2 more innings left to play, and we'll decide the final victor of the game. As back-to-back balls get thrown, it's now a 2-1 count here for Malachi Lott. Sharyland looking to come all the way over here with a win as they enter the 5th, down 2. Alarcon batting or pitching tremendously here for the Rattlers since he got subbed in. And Lott's gonna sail one over the left field, not able to keep it between the lines. That's strike number 2 to make it a 2-2 count. As Lott walks back to the batter's box, picking up his bat, getting ready, as Alarcon has an opportunity to get another strikeout right next to his name on the stat sheet. That ball goes way off the mark for ball number 3. A full count now for Malachi Lott. And now it's up to Alarcon to send him either to first base or back to the dugout to bring on the designated hitter. Excuse me, the third baseman, Easton Dowell. As Lott's gonna sail one, splitting first and the second baseman all the way to right field. It's gonna be a base hit here for the Wildcats. And that's gonna put runners on for Easton Dowell, number 5.
The third baseman, number 5, Easton Dowell.
Easton Dowell now at the plate. Currently 0 for 2, had 2 fly balls. They got caught by the outfielders at his first 2 at-bats, wanting to change things around as he already has runners on first. A runner on first. That was way off the mark for the catcher. Had to crawl away to the right for that one. It's a 1-0 count now. Only 1 out still recorded. Alarcon on the mound. Wasn't able to be a part of the game yesterday as Kike Cienfuegos pitched the whole game. Now he gets an opportunity here tonight as he got subbed in for Carlos Garcia. Looking over to first base. Safe at first. Easton Dowell waiting for a pitch as Alarcon looks back to first base. Still a 1-0 count for Dowell with a runner on first. As Dowell sails one left field, but the wind's gonna take it out of the line and fouling it once again. That's gonna make Malachi Lott walk all the way back to first. And it's gonna be a 1-1 count here for Dowell now. The wind playing a huge factor in tonight's game. That probably would have stayed in play if there was no wind. Alarcon going back to first base, unsuccessful once again with the out. Alarcon going back to first, unsuccessful once again. Thinking third time might be the charm if he goes back for it. We'll see what he decides to do on this next pitch here. Third time was not the charm. We're gonna have ball number 2. Sharyland Rattlers was hoping for that strike. They didn't get it. It makes a 2-1 count here for Easton Dowell now as Alarcon is falling behind the count by just 1. And now Dowell sailing one up into the sky. And the first baseman's got it. That's Jorge Alcala. Getting out number 2 recorded here for the Wildcats. That's going to bring on the next man up, the designated hitter, Robbie Spencer, the man who pitched last night for the Wildcats. Spencer got struck out his first 2 times at the plate with the runner on first. He wants to change things as there's only 1 out left to spare, or no outs left to spare, as he had to duck down for that. Being 6 feet tall, he gets ball number 1. Thank you everybody for tuning in here to Real Sports Live as we got you covered for game number 2 between the Sharyland Rattlers and the Gregory-Portland Wildcats. We're here in Wildcat Stadium in Portland, Texas for game number 2. Gregory-Portland currently leading 2-0. If you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, give us a retweet on Twitter, give us a like on Facebook, and share us. And send the link to your family and friends as Spencer hits one, splitting center and right with an RBI to come along with it. A double RBI there for Robbie Spencer, and that brings another one in for the Wildcats as they're now a 3-0 lead. And a runner on second. Spencer not wanting to be the only out and the last out to waste here, to spare for his Wildcats. He makes a huge play there. As I was saying, don't forget to go like us on Facebook and Twitter. And follow us on Twitter, like us on YouTube, like our videos that we post out for you. As the Wildcats are now up 3-0, this amount of points, or the amount of runs they brought in last night. Hoping to extend it more as we get ball number 1 thrown into the dirt. It's going to be number 1, Gage Glenning at the plate. He had a double, and he's currently 1 for 1 at the plate. With his last at bat, he had a double. He does that again here, a repeat of his last at bat. Portland Wildcats are going to go up 4-0. As we get ball number 2 for Glenning, a 2-0 count. And strike number 1 gets on the board from Alarcon to make it a 2-1 count for Gage Glenning. And strike number 2 follows back-to-back strikes here from Jesus Alarcon. And 1 more strike, and that gets him strike number 4 next to his stat sheet. A full count here for Gage Glenning. Alarcon trying to send him to first or to back to the dugout. And he's going to stay at the plate for another chance. Gage Glenning walking back into the batter's box. It's a bit out the circle. Now he comes back, awaiting the next pitch to decide what his fate's going to be. With a full count, a runner on second. And we get ball number 4, and that sends Glenning back or over to first base to put 2 runners on first and second here for the Wildcats. Still 2 outs for number 2 for Colby Orell. Colby currently 2 for 2 at the plate. Both trips have been a success for him thus far with base hits on both. As he looks to repeat here, trying to go 3 for 3 with only 1 out to spare as he sends one over to a third baseman, and that's going to be out as Cole Gerlach was there for it. And that's going to do it here for the 5th inning. Wildcats able to score 1 to go up 3-0. We'll be right back here with the 6th after this commercial break here on Real Sports Live.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Sharyland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sharyland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Uniforms, etc., you're gonna find the opportunity to purchase the best high quality scrubs. Soon after I learned.
And we're back here, top of the 6th now. Sharyland Rattlers back at the plate. Alejandro Islas is gonna start off the 6th inning here for the Rattlers. And he's gonna start off with a 1-0 count. As strike number 1 gets thrown following the first ball thrown. It's going to even it up at 1-1. Malachi Lott still on the mound here for the Wildcats, looking to finish the game off strong. And Islas hitting one out, trying to beat the ball to first, and a quick toss. And it's going to be out, number 1 here for the Rattlers. A quick out for Islas as he heads back to the dugout. It's going to bring on the designated hitter, number 54, Victor Sanchez. Sanchez currently 0 for 2 at the plate right now, not wanting to go 0 for 3 and give his Rattlers a chance here in this one late in the inning, or late in the game as we enter the top of the 6th. He's going to be the second batter up. And strike number 1 off of the first pitch from Lott to Sanchez. And a high pitch coming down low at the end is going to make it ball number 1. Not able to enter the strike zone in time. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out here for Victor Sanchez, number 54. Once again, same pitch getting thrown gives him ball number 2 with a 2-1 count now for the designated hitter. And now Sanchez fouling one down the first base line is going to give him his second strike here at this at-bat to make it 2-2. Talking to Coach Binghamton earlier before the game, he said that his Rattlers had chances last night, but they weren't able to make it connect and make it happen, as they're looking to make that something happen here late in the game. In the top of the 6th, it's going to graze the elbow of Victor Sanchez to walk him over to first, and that puts a runner on for the Rattlers. That brings on number 2, the left fielder, Jose Garcia, as he's currently 0 for 2 at the plate. Got struck out his last at bat. Wants things to change here, as he's able to work with a runner on first. Looks like Coach Binghamton's going to bring on a courtesy runner there for Victor Sanchez. They're deciding right now who to bring in. It's going to bring in number 12, Quique Cienfuegos, the man who pitched last night for the Rattlers. He's going to be able to make an appearance tonight as Victor Sanchez walks back to the dugout with a hurt, maybe a bruised elbow. That ball was coming in pretty quick. Cienfuegos now on the mound last night, now on first base here in the top of the sixth for his Rattlers. His first appearance of the night. There's a nice reach out by the first baseman, Kobe Oral. It's going to remain safe at first, so the runner's going to stay on. And Jose Garcia is still waiting for the first pitch from Malachi Lott, and it might come here on this next one. Actually, the second pitch, that's going to be ball number 2 with a 2-0 count. Strike number 1 enters the board, a 2-1 count now for Jose Garcia. And Malachi Lott giving him a chance, but then he's going to come back strong at the end, I believe. It's something he's been doing all night to a bunch of batters from the Rattlers. As he's going to foul one over the fence right behind us, over the press box, to even it up at 2-2. Malachi Lott only needing one more strike to send him back to the dugout and record out number 2 here for Sharyland Rattlers. Swing and a miss, and it's going to be a foul ball called by the umpire, and it's going to remain a 2-2 count here for Jose Garcia. Malachi Lott throwing strike number 3, and that's going to send Jose Garcia back to the dugout as he got struck out his last 2 at-bats. That's going to bring on now number 21, Diego Zuniga, currently 0 for 2 at the plate, not wanting to go 0 for 3. As he has a runner, number 12, Quique Cienfuegos, in first base. And a 1-0 count to start off the at-bat here for Zuniga. We had a ball now, a strike to make it a 1-1 count for Zuniga. 2 outs, runner on first here in the top of the 6th. He gets ball number 2 thrown his way. Had a ball, a strike, now a ball to make it a 2-1 count. Sharyland looking to put some points on the board as that bounces off the ground. Catcher not able to field it correctly to make it 3-1. And another bad pitch right there for Malachi Lott will send Zuniga over to first and put 2 runners on for the Rattlers. A swing and a miss. And now it's a full count for Diego Zuniga, the catcher for the Rattlers. An opportunity here to end the at-bat for the Sharyland and for the Wildcats to get back on the offensive side of the ball. Malachi Lott pitching, swinging and misses. That's another strikeout, and that's going to do it here for the top of the sixth. Sharyland Rattlers looking for a quick win or some points as they have one more attempt here, and it's going to come in the seventh. But first, the Gregory-Portland Wildcats are going to have another chance to add more points on the board after the break here on Real Sports Live. Bottom of the sixth, we'll be right back with you.
Was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Hi, my name is Angela Rodriguez, and I am one of the owners here at Main Street Boutique and Bistro. We heard about the rent subsidy grant, so we contacted Rebecca Castillo with the EDC, and she was very helpful. She told us, what we needed to do, the requirements, and helped us go through the application process.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the
We're back here, bottom of the sixth. Gregory-Portland with the first hit over to third base, and an error by the third baseman, Cole Gerlach, by Brandon Talamantes, is going to land him a spot on first and make him go 1-3 on the night thus far.
Wildcats, number 13, Daniel Gonzalez.
Brings up number 13 now, Daniel Gonzalez for Gregory-Portland. Gonzalez was able to DH last night. Although he went 0 for 2, he was walked at 1 at-bats. He's going to come up here next. And we're waiting for the batter to come up. It's actually going to be number 3. Andrew Villas now coming up instead of Daniel Gonzalez. Villas currently 0 for 2, struck out both times at his first 2 at-bats, waiting for the second one. And Alarcon trying to pick off the runner at first, unsuccessful. As we get ball number 1 recorded on the scoreboard. And a bunt there for Villas, sends him over to first. And that advances the runner to second. That's going to put runners on first and second here for the Wildcats, as Villas now gets on the board, or on the stat sheet, with a bunt.
How much do you make?
Now in place of AJ Carter, it's going to be number 13, Daniel Gonzalez. His first at-bat of the night here for Gonzalez. 0 for 2, as I mentioned before. Last night he was 0 for 2. We got walked with one attempt. It was one at-bat. He got walked. We'll see if we can change things around here. Help his Rattlers put some more, or help his Wildcats put some more points on the board. And an error there by the catcher is going to advance runners from first and second to second and third. And that's going to put him in a 1-0 count, 2-0, I believe, off the next one. And now Gonzalez is going to walk over to Coach Jonesy and have a talk with him. Let me give him a little play call to change something up. Once again, sorry about the first 2 innings. We had internet issues, so we weren't able to get that going. And ladies from the ticket booth here at Gregory-Portland were able to come through, and that is their hot spot. We got the game rocking and rolling for all you watching from home or wherever you're watching from, as Gonzalez swings and misses for strike number 1. That puts him in a 1-1 count. So let us know where you're watching from as the game winds down. We'll get some quick shout outs to people watching from Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Let us know where you're at and where you're enjoying the game tonight. As Gonzalez hits one off to first base. And it's going to be out number 1, but a sacrifice RBI there for Daniel Gonzalez is going to bring another point on the board for the Wildcats. Now the lineup's going to reset as Gonzalez heads back to the dugout. Only a runner on third here for number 4, Walker Janik. Now the runner coming in from third is going to score another. And now a 5-0 ball game for the Wildcats as they're running away with this one. And Walker Janik steps out of the way for his man to come in. As this is going to be his 4th at-bat. Last at-bat got struck out. The first 2 he got walked. Walker Janik hoping to get on bases here with this at-bat for his Wildcats, already up 5-0. As we get ball number 1 for a 2-0 count. As Janik's going to hit one off down the left baseline for a foul ball. It's going to give him strike number 1 for a 2-1 count. Only 1 out on the board here for the Wildcats in the bottom of the 6th. So that's going to be way off the strike zone for ball number 3, Jesus Alarcon. Going the 3rd ball here for Janik. It's going to be a 3-1 count. And ball number 4 is going to come up after that last pitch. And a runner is going to be on first here for the Wildcats. Another walk here for Walker Janik. As Malachi Lott now enters the batter's box. He's currently 1 for 1 at the plate with a base hit his last at bat. and 5 pitches on the night while he was on the mound, or 5 strikeouts for the night while he was on the mound. Only 1 out here for the Wildcats, as we have another error there by the catcher, as Janik steals second. He's gonna move over and make room for Malachi Lott if he ends up getting to ball number 4 or another base hit. Way off the mark for ball number 2. Lott's going to be in a 2-0 count now.
Didn't have a problem after that. Oh, he sticks with you for a while. Back then,
And a foul ball for Lott's going to put him in a 2-1 count as he sailed down way over the dugout of the Wildcats. Swing and a miss is going to give him strike number 2 for a 2-2 count now. With a runner on second, and Alarcon looking to get another strikeout next to his name on the stat sheet. As he's going to pick his left leg up, teasing Janik there at second. Trying to pick him off. Not gonna end up throwing the ball, just to let him know, a quick warning, let him know that he's there, that he knows where he's at. As he gets strike number 3 and another strikeout next to the name of Jose Alarcon for number 4, I believe. And out number 2 for the Wildcats. Now Easton Dowell heading up to the plate. Currently 0 for 3. Now want it to be the 3rd out here for his Wildcats as he hits one towards Gerlach, and an error there is going to be a base hit RBI for the Wildcats as they get up 6-0 now. And a runner goes to first base for Gregory-Portland. Now with one more out left here in the inning and one more inning to play. Looks like the Rattlers are going to retire or relieve Jose Alarcon and bring on a new pitcher. We'll be right back after he gets his warm-up pitches and the Rattlers disperse from the mound here on Real Sports Live. It's going to be number 3 on the mound now for Sharyland, Jose Acosta. So we'll be right back here on Real Sports Live after the warm-up pitches have been taken.
Our nation. To the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
back here. Jose Acosta, number 3, on the mound now to finish off the game here for Sharyland. Warmed up his couple pitches that he got. Now number 16, Rob, is going to head to the plate. Jose Acosta starting off. Robbie Spencer with the 1-0 count. 2 outs and a runner on second here. As he's gonna pick off attempt over there to second base. Some cleats got tangled up, but they got him loose. And an error there by the third baseman as Easton Dow slides at third and runs his way over to first for another score. The Wildcats, as they're now up 7-0. And Robbie Spencer still at the plate with 1 out left to go. Spencer hitting one over to left field again. Looks like it's going to be a base hit. And 2 outs still remain on the board for Gregory-Portland. Now number 1, Gage Gleineck, is going to be at the plate. As Robbie Spencer looks like he's going to end the night 2 for 3 with a base hit and a double. That brings on Gleineck, who got walked his last at-bat. And he's going to start off with a 1-0 count. And hitting one over, it's going to be a foul ball for strike number 1. A 1-1 count now for Gleineck. Back with a 1-1 count, runner on first, 2 outs. Costa waiting for the 3rd out so he can retire the side and give his Rattlers a chance to come back into this ball game here in game 2. And into the dirt. It's going to be ball number 2 for a 2-2 count now. Acosta only needing 1 strike. A swing and a miss or a liner right down the center for the catcher's glove to send us to the 7th inning. As he hits one over to the shortstop, over to first base, and an error there as Gleineck rounds first. We have Robbie Spencer going to 3rd, and a double for Gage Gleineck, number 1, the second baseman. After being walked the last time, that puts him at 2 for 3 on the night. And now number 14, the new man, comes in. It's going to be Aiden Acosta.
Wildcats, number 14, Aiden Acosta.
Acosta now with the runners on 2nd and 3rd. Not wanting to be out number 3. There's already 2 recorded on the scoreboard. And strike number 1 gets thrown his way for an 0-1 count start for Aiden Acosta, number 14 for the Wildcats. It's Acosta versus Acosta. Jose Acosta on the mound, and Aiden Acosta at the plate as he gets ball number 1 for a 1-1 count now. Hitting one off to the shortstop, over to first for the third time, the third try, and it is a charm as that gets out number 3. Or ground out there for the Wildcats. And the Sharyland Rattlers have one more chance at the plate. And they get 3 outs here. And that does it for game number 2. And the Gregory-Portland Wildcats will advance to the regional quarterfinals. We'll be right back here on Real Sports Live for the finale after the break.
Hi, I'm Rollo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable. For condo and beach house rentals, call and visit the website today. Island Services. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
We're back here now, top of the 7th. The Real Sports Live, new pitcher in the game for the Wildcats to end off the 7th inning. It's going to be number 4, Walker Janik. The catcher is going to be converting to the pitcher tonight. As Malachi Lott ended up with 8 strikeouts on the night. And we're going to get ball number 1 thrown towards number 34, the first baseman, Jorge Alcala. And now strike number 2, back-to-back balls here to put him in a 2-0 count. Walker Janik looking not to give Sharyland a chance so the inning could end here, as ball number 3 gets thrown his way towards Alcala. One more ball thrown his way, and he's going to be heading to first base. And there goes strike number 1 to make it a 3-1 count. Yannick looking to make a comeback on the count to make it a full count with one more strike. And a foul ball is going to keep it and make it a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes for Jorge Alcala, the first baseman, as Cole Gerlach's on deck awaiting his at-bat. A swing and a miss, but he's going to graze the ball for another foul ball. Going to remain a 3-2 count here for Alcala. And there's strikeout number 1 and for Yannick, and out number 1, and that sends Alcala back to the dugout to bring on Cole Gerlach. As we have Romulo Rangel watching from Harlingen, Texas. Thank you for tuning in, Mr. Rangel. Miss Gutierrez watching from San Antonio, saying, "Go Wildcats." Thank you for tuning in. Miss Gutierrez and Jason Rodriguez watching from Portland, Texas. Sir, you should have showed up to the game. We have a packed house, but don't worry, we got you covered. You can watch it from your couch with some popcorn on your right hand. A 1-0 count here for Cole Gerlach as he fouls that one off for strike number 1 to make it a 1-1 count. One count and 2 outs here for the Rattlers. As we get another foul ball, and it's going to be strike number 2. Another swing. And it's going to be another foul ball to keep it at 1-2. Already 2 strikes recorded. You're going to keep it the same here for Cole Gerlach.
There he goes.
We have Abby Cantu watching back. She tuned in last night. She was a big member of the comment section last night. Thank you for tuning in live from Portland. As we have a 1-2 count here for Cole Gerlach. Number 11 got walked his last at bat, hoping for better days here. As the catcher goes up to the mound to discuss some things with his pitcher. Let's see what they want to figure out here. That's number 3, Andrew Villas, playing catcher for the Wildcats right now. Walking back now behind the plate as they take position. And it took too long. The umpire is going to make him reset here. As we got ball number 2 thrown for a 2-2 count. An even 2-2 count here. Cole Gerlach gets struck out, and that's strike number 3. And out number 2 here for Yannick. 2 strikeouts in a row is what he's recorded. As we have one more batter up next here for Sharyland. It's going to be Horacio Garza. Garza currently 0 for 1 at the plate. Not looking to be the 3rd strikeout in a row here for Sharyland as he gets ball number 1 thrown in the dirt for a 1-0 count to start off the at-bat. And that's going to be over to the second baseman and at third base, and that's out number 3. And that's going to do it here for game number 2 as the Gregory-Portland Wildcats will be advancing to the regional quarterfinals next week and remain alive in the playoffs. As for the Sharyland Rattlers, they had a good run at the season. Unfortunately, it ended here in game number 2 on the road. Best of luck to the Wildcats moving forward and a safe ride home to both sides of the team, to the Rattlers and to the Wildcats. All from here, Real Sports Live. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for sticking with us as we had to come in late. Nonetheless, we got it covered for you. I'm Brandon Guzman on the mic and Eduardo Guzman on the camera. Once again, Saying our final goodbyes here from Wildcat Park in Portland, Texas.